Hey YouTube, this is enryuxzero or Leo, but this is some gameplay I shot about a week and a half ago, of me playing a support role in online multiplayer team deathmatch. And the idea of this was I wasn't going to run around getting as many kills as I can because, yeah, it's great fun to do, but at the same time, like, if you're just out for yourself, your team's probably going to lose. So I was using the parrot a lot, floating around trying to make sure I took as many of the advantages of using this as I could. You know, get into somewhere you can hide and start marking people off. Now, I started off with my shotgun class, which is okay for close combat, but the shotgun's pretty terrible. Maps are all too big to use it. Now, I was just marking people off, floating around minding my own business, and unfortunately I didn't do that great at the beginning because I was running around, floating around, marking people off. Anytime I saw someone, I was marking them, which is helpful for your team because they can see it. Everyone on your team sees where they are with this little diamond. And I just missed the guy right there, a sniper, and that's going to come to my detriment. It's going to be terrible. But I'm just marking people off at the moment, you know, making sure I get as many of them as I can, give my guys a tactical advantage. And I got sniped by the guy who I missed. But I changed over to my ACR class because I realised I might have to get into some combat. This shotgun ain't going to be any use. And my two classes are practically the same other than my primary gun. So, really, I didn't start off doing this. I originally was just for my own, just running around killing everyone. But I kind of changed that up. I started using the parrot a bit more, not all the time. It's just kind of more for when I'm playing around, one bit of a chilled match. Now, funny thing happens here. I get into a nice piece of cover. This is well, it's an okay piece of cover. You can get killed pretty easy there, but as soon as I get my UAV parrot thing up, I see a guy coming for me, and I just switched over. Now, I thought he had a UAV up, so I kind of just had to run out and kill him. I would have been safe if I stayed there, but you know, he didn't see me even though I sprayed off an entire magazine at him and knifed him in the back. He was okay. I was going to run off that way, but then I was like, no, I'll go back to where I was. Stupidly. Because right here you see why I'm a bad player. I throw flashbangs, blind myself. A guy who ran right past me didn't even kill me, which was thankful, but he killed another guy just there. Now, I thought he was gone. I thought I'd be grand. I kind of waited there for a second to see if he came back. And he started shooting at me, and I didn't turn around. I was trying to get the cover to turn around, and got killed. So, there's my first death. Second death? No, that's my second death. First kill, second death. And I'm just kind of running around throwing grenades, you know, being all chilled, you know. I go up here to a nice little spot. This is where a lot of guys snipe from, and it's a pain in the ass when they're sniping from here because they get right into that corner there and take shots. So back up to use my parrot. You know, just get it out here and fly it around, mark off as many people as I can. Now, the interesting thing is you'll notice that the people aren't where they were before. They're all kind of clustering up. You'll see that they're all kind of, well, now they're kind of a little bit spread out, but they're starting to be kind of clustered up around this particular house here. And that's kind of the reason I like using this, because you start marking them off. It makes it easier for your guys to contain them. And yes, there was a couple of campers in this match. They pretty much camped through the entire thing at the same spots. Made it pretty easy for me to mark them. And good thing is you get a lot of battle points for doing this tactic, so you can keep using this up through the entire match. But you can see I kind of just marking people off, letting my team know where they are. And it turns out pretty good because you take out most of the problems of running around blindly, not knowing how many guys are around the corner. You don't have to be as careful, and you can kind of know when to be careful. And you can see here, I was trying to mark that one guy. He was running around. It was very difficult, and I wasted time there. I shouldn't have really been doing that because somebody's going to kill him in anyway, but it got me an assist. But yeah, so you can see here, everything's kind of starting to get more. I just got stuck on a freaking hole. I'm starting to realize that everyone's getting clustered over here, so it's not as much of a worry. My UAV is now down. Parrot, I keep calling it UAV. So I fly. Oh no, I got stuck. I can't fly for, yeah, I just suck at flying, but, so I kind of flew out here. I realized they're all around here. At this point, there's practically no stragglers. They're all just kind of around this area here on these two buildings now. And it made it very easy for my team to get a lot of points because they just kind of had to close in on the building, and as long as I was marking these guys off, they'd know where all the campers are and they'd know where the guys running around are. So it was kind of handy. So anyone who thinks that it's not worth using a parrot, yeah, maybe not all the time, but it's handy every now and again. Like, and you really should consider using this kind of thing more, because most matches nobody uses it. Yeah, terrible players. No, but this kind of thing is suited to people more like me. I'm not the best shooter in the world in this game. I'm not bad. Like, I can go plus sometimes. Usually it's kind of more balanced out. It's not a massive noticeable difference as to whether I'm getting plus or minus. But for the most part, I kind of do okay. But this kind of gameplay, it's a bit more fun. You can, come on, you're flying around a freaking UFO, for God's sake. So it's a bit of fun to just mess around like this. And you never know, if you haven't tried it before, you should. And you should, don't do it in the open like some people do. Just get somewhere to hide and use it. And what I didn't realize is where I was kind of camping was kind of terrible. So I moved down. I couldn't use my parrot at this point because I ran out of battle points. Well, not ran out, but I didn't have enough. So I ran around this way. This is where my epic shooting skills come in handy. Right around... No, not that. That was terrible. Right around here. Guy, dead. Reload. And another guy, dead. And reload. And oh shit, I shouldn't have reloaded. I got killed. But hey, you know, 3 kills, 3 deaths. Not too bad. And then I'm right where I love to respawn. This place is perfect for using the parrot because you can hide in the corners there, yeah, but that's kind of a crap idea because you will get killed. But you know, I just kind of crouch down here, and right under here you can actually climb under this if I wasn't missing. There we go. And just get the parrot up, and it's grand because you can just sit here for ages. And those 2 kills got me enough battle points to start using this again. This thing is very, very cheap, and you get a lot of battle points and assists, so it's pretty good. So we're just marking off everyone here, and my team, you can see my team is actually winning by quite a bit, and it pretty much stays like that for the entire match. Yeah, so it's not too much to worry about here. Like, you can see everyone here kind of just going crazy at this point. They're just kind of trying to get a few kills, and they know they're screwed. So our guys are just moving in, cleaning them up. You know, it's not really that hard for them. I'm marking off the people, they're getting killed. Excuse me. And it's really not that hard to see why I like using this. Like, you don't get killed as much, you can get a few kills actually if you're good with shooting. Not like me, I'm terrible. And I decided to follow this other drone around just for fun, which was stupid because now I'm on the ground. Started marking off these guys on the ground, and then I think I started chasing a helicopter, which is not a good idea, because in all fairness, if you're using this, there's no point in chasing down aerials because they're pretty much easy to spot in anyway. You know, if people are going to take them down, they're going to take them down regardless. So it's not really that much point to taking it down. Like, you saw I marked it there pretty easy and can mark a couple more guys, but it starts to try and take me down. And this is where my stupidity comes in. I decided to try and go one-on-one with this without any weapons, mark it down, see if I can get it killed. But it's because I kind of too focused on being higher now, which if I was lower down about roof level, it's much handier. Thought that was an enemy, then realized he wasn't. So kind of get out here and just start flying around a bit more. You can see the match is very nearly at an end. We're completely whooping these guys. I'd like to think I had something to do with it, but I probably didn't. It was probably the guys running around shooting. I think I might have helped a bit, but it's not completely necessary to have people using this, but it is very handy, especially when you're, you know, playing this game and want to actually have something different from Call of Duty. Like, they're very different games, but this really sets it apart, being able to do stuff like this. And really, I find it more fun to be able to do stuff like this, because it's annoying just getting killed every 3 seconds. And You know, when there are people camping and sniping, you can mark them off and let people know where they are. And it's much more reliable than a UAV. And it's also more fun to fly around a little UFO than it is to have a little plane flying around for you. You can actually be a UAV, which is cool. You should all try it. Experienced UFO. Ooh. This thing, if this thing had a weapon, it would be freaking awesome. Because you could just fly around, mark them off, and shoot them, but that's wishful thinking. Really wish they'd do that though. Maybe the next time. But well, there is that helicopter one, but you can see here we're pretty much at the point where we're gonna win. I'm marking off the last few guys. We're getting mopped up. There's a couple of little stragglers now at this point because I think my guys didn't really care about, you know, taking them all down. You know, they were just kind of focused on running around like madmen, which is what most people in this game do. But a lot of good players on this, I've got to say. Not necessarily in this game. There are probably a few good players in this match, but you'll often find on Homefront there are some very good players, and they're not generally as much of an asshole as on other games. But it's quite fun to just mess around and play this game. Like, I'd much rather playing this than Call of Duty. And at this point, you can see something funny happen. As soon as I call it out, someone's there. Thanks for watching. You can see I got 17 assists, 3 kills, 3 deaths, which isn't bad. Went even on the kills and deaths, and I got a bunch of assists. And thanks for watching. If you did watch. If you didn't watch, you can't hear me. You can see how much experience I get for that now. And yeah, I'll probably be making some more videos soon. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of your days. Anyway, this is enryuxzero signing out. Bye.